Welcome back to Here We Go Joe. Today, we're exploring the basement of the Hollywood Museum right here in Los Angeles, California. The basement of this museum is home to an incredible collection of horror movie props from some of the most iconic films ever made. Now, this museum is so massive that I'm actually going to split this into two videos. So if you enjoy this one, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2, where we'll go and explore the rest of the museum and even more amazing Hollywood memorabilia. All right, let's head downstairs. Here we go. Five rules of horror movies: don't leave the group, don't have sex, make sure the bad guy is dead, don't pick up, don't back up into a corner, don't turn out the lights. Let's go. Oh crap. Famous horror directors.
It's like a robot or like that.
Right here, we are greeted by the faces of horror royalty. These aren't death masks, no, they're actually life masks or face molds. These were made while the actors were alive, and as you can see in this display, there's legends like Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Vincent Price, Christopher Lee, Peter Lorre, and Lon Chaney Jr. Freaking cool. Look how cool this is right here. This display recreates one of the most famous scenes in cinema history when FBI trainee Clarice meets the brilliant but terrifying Dr. Hannibal Lecter inside his maximum security cell. This was a really cool exhibit, and you can see all the different props from Silence of the Lambs, and later on I'll show you some of the stuff from Red Dragon. And I know it's super dark right here, but this is one of the terror dogs from Ghostbusters.
What did you say about Bug? It's about cockroaches.
Wherever you turn, the Bug was waiting, ready to grasp you with soul-killing grip of terror.
This was a very low-budget film. Even though we had little money, the box had to be good. And that, I must say, is a stroke of genius from them. He found the famous cockroaches, which we needed.
When you open the box, out came the Madagascar roach who makes a hissing sound. Castle just, oh, that's great. Oh, whoa, that's wonderful. Castle had in mind a gimmick for Bug to rig theaters with devices like windshield wipers. And they would have ticklers.
And here are the original costumes worn by Johnny Depp, Helena Bonham Carter, and Sacha Baron Cohen in Tim Burton's Sweeney Todd. Released in 2007, the film is based on the hit Broadway musical and tells the dark story of a barber who returns to London seeking revenge. The movie won the Academy Award for Best Art Direction and is still considered one of Tim Burton's most visually stunning films. These are original effigy props from the Blair Witch Project, one of the most influential horror films ever made. Released in 1999, the movie was filmed on a tiny budget of around $60,000, but went on to make nearly $250 million worldwide. These head props were used in the film Deep Blue Sea, one of the most memorable shark movies of the late 90s. Fun fact, before CGI became the norm, the filmmakers relied heavily on detailed prosthetics, severed body parts, and full-sized animatronic sharks to bring the movie's terrifying attacks to life. Here is the original body prop and screen-worn gown used by Sarah Michelle Gellar in I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now this is freaking awesome, an original Freddy Krueger costume from the original A Nightmare on Elm Street. Let's go. These costumes are from none other than AMC's The Walking Dead. I tried my best here to get some good shots, but the glare from the glass was just insane, so I tried my best. My apologies if all you can see is my fat double chin in the reflection. I really tried. This is an original costume worn by Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And once again, I'm trying to fight the glare. I'm not trying to zoom in on her chest region. I'm just trying to fight the glare to get a good shot, I swear. And this is the original Uncle Sam costume from the 1996 horror film Uncle Sam. The movie follows a soldier who returns from the dead on the 4th of July to punish anyone he believes is unpatriotic. And here are some props from the Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, including Johnny Depp's screen-worn Jack Sparrow costume. Released in 2006, the film became one of the highest-grossing movies of the year and is best remembered for introducing the legendary ghost captain Davy Jones. And here are some screen-used caskets from HBO's True Blood. And here are some original props and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's costume from The Scorpion King. This movie released back in 2002, and it marked The Rock's first starring role in a feature film, helping launch his transition from a WWE superstar to one of the biggest movie stars in Hollywood. And this right here needs no explanation. Screen use Jason Voorhees' machete from the film Friday the 13th, Part 4, The Final Chapter. And this is an original wolf head prop from the movie The Howling that came out in 1981. Here is the screen-used mask from Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday. Fun fact, this was the 9th film in the Friday the 13th franchise and the first to be released by New Line Cinema, the studio that would later bring Freddy vs. Jason to the big screen. Here's some original costumes from the film Underworld, released back in 2003. Awesome vampire movie. And here is the original Annabelle doll from the film Annabelle Resurrection. And here is a Pennywise costume worn by Bill Skarsgård from It. There's a cockroach And right next to that, you can see some props and costumes from the television show, The Nick. And here is an original costume worn by Vampira, television's first horror host, portrayed by Mila Nurmi in the 1950s. And these costumes are from one of my all-time favorite movies, the 2004 film Van Helsing, starring Hugh Jackman. Awesome. And right over here we have the original costumes from Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, including Michael Myers' iconic overalls and mask, Sheriff Ben Meeker's uniform, and Jamie Lloyd's clown costume. Here's a fun fact about that. Jamie's clown costume mirrors the outfit Michael Myers wore as a child on the night he murdered his sister. Alright, well anyways, that will conclude the horror section of the Hollywood Museum. Subscribe to Here We Go Joe if you want to see the rest of the Hollywood Museum. There's so much to unpack here. So stay tuned for that second video. Like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.